Mr. Percival Murray, Director General of CARIFORUM and one of the driving forces par excellence of CARIFORUM integration, Madam Chairwoman of CARIFORUM, Madam Minister of Foreign Affairs of Guyana, and one of the ultimate driving forces of CARIFORUM integration, Mr. Ángel Díaz, bienvenido especial a España, and one of the new arrivals in terms of driving forces of CARIFORUM integration. And I always stress the word CARIFORUM because CARICOM is, let's call it bluntly, solved out in terms of regional Caribbean integration, but we do have still some challenges in terms of CARIFORUM, and I'm glad that this is a format of CARIFORUM and CARIFORUM program. Let me also address other specially invited guests, of course all you participants in today's deliberations and the workshops, members of the media and colleagues from the EU delegation. When the Economic Partnership Agreement was signed in 2008, it was recognized that there were areas in which the CARIFORUM countries needed assistance in order to avail themselves in a meaningful way of the opportunities presented in the agreement itself. As such, under the 165 million euros 10th European Development Fund for the Caribbean region, 45.6 million were earmarked for this purpose, the areas of support of the EPA implementation being fiscal reform and adjustment, statistics, technical barriers to trade, phyto and phytosanitary measures, the services sector, and institutional and capacity development, out of which 3.1 million is the precise money we are talking about because it was earmarked specifically for this project. I would like to elaborate a little on Mr. Murray's announcement of the regional envelope 346 million for the 11th EDF, basically to be programmed and implemented between now and 2020. As you might have heard the number I just said, what was the figure for the 10th EDF? Basically, we have doubled the funds within the European possibilities to strengthen the regional integration of CARIFORUM, because regionalism is one of the enshrined and main principles that we honor in European Union integration, and are happy to share the values and the experiences gathered with perfect par excellence partners as CARIFORUM is. I must say that within the signing of the contract for this project back in December 2014, all the components of the 45.6 million euro EPA support to CARIFORUM countries have been contracted. So this is the last piece of the 10th EDF dedication to EPA and similar funds. Again, if I am not mistaken, the equivalent sum for the 11th EDF would be 102 million euros for regional integration. So again, we are talking about more than double the number of money, the funds for the 11th EDF for regional integration, EPA implementation and similar. This capacity building measure is particularly important since it specifically targets the implementation capacity deficits at the national and regional levels in 3 subject areas. It is therefore a one-of-a-kind specialized program designed to equip the participants with the tools needed to work better in the areas of public procurement, competition, and customs and trade, zoning in on those areas essential for the integration of CARIFORUM member states into the ever-growing, ever-changing global market, and yet deliver academic certificates to the participants, who are you. It is indeed for me a very unique program. And let me elaborate a little bit on the first component, which is public procurement environment in CARIFORUM member states. In good portion of the countries where we develop on the top of the regional, the bilateral programs, we proceed in terms of budget support, out of which public finance management is a very important component, and there are dialogues being held between the EU and the beneficiary countries on public finance management reforms, out of which public procurement commission and similar are very important elements. So I am glad to see all these coherences, that the things come in pieces together, and hopefully both sides will benefit, and especially you beneficiaries, as much as possible out of it. Public procurement, competition, customs and trade facilitations are fundamental to the EPA, since effective public procurement and effective competitions are key to cutting trade-related costs, while streamlining customs and trade facilitation in the gateway to stimulating trade flows, thereby also stimulating the economy. All this on the top of the public finance management, which, when sound, triggers economic growth even more than Guyana, for example, is benefiting for good last 10 years. The European Union continues to support capacity building, as it is one of the measures that facilitate sustainability of development action. However, capacity building by its very nature involves change In this instance, the change will start with the development of human resources against you and the people that will benefit from your presence here. But there are other changes that will have to be made for this to be effective, such as systems, structures, technology, and in some cases even the institutional and legal framework, and most importantly, the political will of the beneficiary countries and the regional grouping. As such, I would like to urge that CARIFORUM member states embrace this opportunity and make every effort to ensure that change is incorporated in the context of the other related facets to ensure sustainability of the results of this capacity building and of any other project, of course, so that CARIFORUM member states can make the most of the opportunities offered under the Economic Partnership Agreement. Ladies and gentlemen, please rest assured that the European Union will continue to support this process as much as it will be possibly capable of, and the sum I just indicated is 102 million euros for the 11th EDF regional and EPA similar activities is a specific word of obligation. The CARIFORUM EU Joint Programming Committee, which has just met in Barbados, as Percival Marie rightly said, last week, and out of which head of our regional section, Mr. Pier Antoni, was also part of, has adopted the draft of the new Caribbean Regional Indicative Program. So sliced down the 346 million euros to 4 basic areas. One of the objectives of the program is to further support the EPA implementation process within the general objective of providing support to economic regional integration. Again, this sector, or 102 million euros that have been allocated under the 11th EDF. The program being launched today will therefore achieve results which can be consolidated, if need be, and expanded under the new Caribbean Regional Indicative Program, which is expected to be officially endorsed at the European Union CELAC Summit on June 10th and 11th in Brussels. Let me please finish with thanking my colleagues within the delegation who are from our side dedicating their efforts to the program and its successful implementation, namely Madame Susana Fernandez-Rodriguez, Madame Kathleen Damet, and already mentioned head of our regional section, Mr. Luca Pier Antoni. I thank you for attention, and I wish you very fruitful deliberations, outcomes, and good in-shape capacity training. Thank you.